Hey guys, how are you doing? I wanted to speak with you about what to expect along your fitness journey. The reason why I wanted to speak with you because a lot of times people don't know what they're going to come across, and a lot of times people just don't know some of the trials and tribulations and obstacles that's just going to get into your way along that path. And I feel as though that I need to prepare you so that you will be successful, you will win by default. But if I prepare you to fail, I'm gonna prepare you to be successful. Is that okay with you? So along your fitness journey, first and foremost, you need to be consistent. You hear me talk about that all the time. Consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not going to get to where you need to be at. Number two, you have to change the way you eat, because then when you're looking at being consistent, a lot of times your circle are not the people around or who may be in your circle at that particular time. They may not be in line with what your goals are. So you have to make a decision for yourself to know, do you have these people around you? Are they supportive of you? Where they support some of the changes and things and decisions that you might have made along your journey? And if they are not supportive of you, or you may think they are, but ultimately in the background they may want you to fail, you're gonna have to leave it alone, because when you're being consistent and you're getting to a certain fitness goal, you have to be consistent for a long period of time. Not 1 week, not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It has to be, you have to exhibit consistency for months, because the average person wants to see that major transformation in their body, and if they don't see it in reference to the time frame that they're thinking that their transformation is supposed to come, then they start to regress. So when we're speaking about consistency, it has to be consistency over time. And then when you're looking at to be consistent, understand some of the rules and regulations, the rules that it's going to take for you to get from point A to point B. Make sure that your supporting cast or your support group are in line with what you're trying to do. And three, I need to make sure that I prepare you for those obstacles, those trials and tribulations that you're going to encounter. That's just human nature. You're going to come to a point where you're eating healthy, you're eating consistently, you're working out, and you're coming to a stalling point, and you're not seeing the transformation, or you're not seeing the changes. When you do come up to that point, I'm gonna tell you this, that's letting you know that you are so closer to your goal that any slight mess ups or miscommunications or regression, it's gonna do nothing but set you back. So I want to prepare you for those obstacles. So when those obstacles do come about, you're going to say, you know what? I am going to encounter those. So I need to make sure that I'm more focused than I was before, first and foremost. Two, try to put yourself in a situation or a predicament that you're having what's called no room for error. And having no room for error is going to do nothing but allow for you to stay in line with your goals, stay in line, make sure that you're in line with the right paths, and so forth and so on. So I spoke to you about consistency. I spoke to you about the trials and tribulations. Now, stalling period. And I spoke to you about stalling period, coming to a stalling point where you're working out consistently. You're not seeing the goals physically change. You're not seeing the goals mentally change, but you're so closer. And last but not least, what you're going to encounter, now it becomes mental. That last component of what you're going to encounter when you get closer to your goal, it's going to now attack you mentally. Why? Because now all these temptations, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, are they aligned with what you're trying to do? Because now you're coming to the point, you ask yourself this one question: is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? So when you ask yourself, is it really worth it? Now I want you to go back to step one of why you chose to do what you've done. Why you chose to, what I say, live a better life, make a better decision, live a better life, live a better quality of life. And when you're looking at that, when it's worth it, or why is it worth it, now you revert back to that one. Who wants to be consistent and not see any transformation? So I wanted to speak to you about what you're going to count. I wanted to speak to you about being not, and last but not least, and I apologize, being honest with yourself. Because if you know that you're not consistent, don't expect those results to come to the forefront saying, you know what, hey, I'm here, the new body's here. Because a lot of times people fail to look at some of the small things that they're doing wrong that adds up to that larger picture of looking in the mirror. They want to see that transformation and they don't see it, then they're getting discouraged or giving up. So every little thing that you do along your journey is going to either get you closer to your goal or it's going to get you farther away from your goal. Remember that. So I hope this small video has helped you out. It helped you mentally. It prepared you mentally so that you can live a better life and you can see a better you. Talk to you soon and have a blessed day.